Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. I'm glad you're here, and I know you're glad you're here, too. And so you're welcome. We come to you every day that we can, because we know that your life is just not important without us in it. And so we're basically doing a public service here and making your mundane magnificent. So just remember, if you walk with the Lord, you should be listening to the Chad Prather Show. The highest 113th ranked podcast in the comedy category on iTunes as of today. Who knows? That's how bad we suck. But we're on our way, Ma. It's party time, Mom. Hey, we're going to get into some headlines today. I got my very special guest, Sara, the News and Why It Matters Gonzales. How does your husband feel about being in an interracial marriage? Exactly. I mean, because you are POC.
I am a POC.
Yeah.
And I do make sure that everyone knows that I am, in fact, a POC.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I've ever asked him that question. I think he's pretty excited about it, though. He likes the Latin flair that I bring to the table.
Like, he loves it when I'm jealous and angry and start throwing dishes and...
I mean, look, we've just got a new set of dishes. I'm going to blow right through that. And
El segundo telemundo.
yeah, he likes the spice. He likes it spicy.
Yeah. Speaking of telemundo, margaritas! Right, look at this big old monster right here.
Bigger than your head.
Mm-hmm. Party time, Mom.
Party time, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
That glass is so big, it'll get away from you. Hey, before we get into the rest of the show and some headlines, look, hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Happy hump day. So many news stories to cover. But from time to time, we get some testimonials from our friends at Home Title Lock, but we should really call them horror stories. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about. I heard you warn listeners about home title theft, but I didn't think we'd be victims until we got a bank notice claiming we defaulted on home loans. Oh, it's a nightmare. We never took them out. Some thief found our title online, forged our signature, stated he was the owner. Then he borrowed against our home and stuck us with the payments. She said, our identity theft protection did not stop it. The bank said it's our problem and insurance didn't cover it. We spent thousands trying to get our home back. Well, title theft obviously is a huge problem. That's the biggest investment your home that you're ever going to have in your life. So I protect my home with Home Title Lock. For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title and mortgage. So go to HometitleLock.com, register your home to learn if your title has already been stolen. That could be a scary revelation. And if you register your home now, you will receive a free title scan and report, a $100 value. So go to HometitleLock.com, HometitleLock.com. That's what you need to do. Is your title safe?
It is now. I never knew about that. It's insane.
Scary.
It's one of the fastest growing crimes in the country.
It's one of those things where I almost feel like we're telling the thieves, like, oh, here's an idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're like, oh, dang, we didn't know we could do something like that.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, there's even been a story about someone who, like, literally they have new owners show up. They're like, hey, we just bought your house and we're ready to move in.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Oh, scary.
Next thing you know, they're hooking a truck to it and they're pulling your home away.
Putting the wheels back on that sucker, getting it off those cement blocks. God bless you. But they will leave the washer and dryer in the front yard. What's that?
Cut the tongue off the trailer. They can't take it so easy.
Make sure there's no way to hitch it up. Yeah. So how you been, first of all? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Great.
You look amazing in that Keep Margaritas great hat. They are going to be for sale on my website, watchchad.com, tomorrow for a limited time. Only got 40 of them. And I gave out like 5 or 6 today, so we're down to like 34. So they're going to be about $100 a piece. 125, I don't know. We'll see if I'm feeling generous. But no, you can go to watchchad.com as of tomorrow, and I'll figure out a way to have them up there because I just got them sitting around the house, and you need them on your head so that you can wear them out in public and be called a racist.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you really going to sell them for?
$25.
$25?
$25.
Worth it.
Plus shipping and handling.
100%.
No, worth it, because then you get the people who they give you the dirty look because they automatically think that it says "Make America Great Again," and then they're like, "Oh, wait, now I don't know how to feel."
That's right. So welcome to Studio 22, where we're keeping margaritas great. And hang on, talk amongst yourselves.
I mean,
So
that is a process drinking from that giant glass.
I need a straw. It's party time, Mom. The News and Why It Matters is a great show. I'm going to be on that today. So if you folks are watching this show, you need to also go over there and watch The News and Why It Matters. You need to subscribe to blazetv.com/news. And Get behind the paywall, all the fun stuff that's going on. Party Foul Steve sitting over there looking fantastic. And his Margarita's great hat. And Hot News Natalie is over there. We've got, of course, Chance, the ginger rapper, behind the studio keyboard right there, making sure that this show comes to you while Puppet Master Mark is out of town doing God knows what and who knows where. We don't care. He might be MIA. He might be dead. He might be.
I mean, I care if he's dead.
Well, I mean, for a little while.
Okay.
For a little while. We love you, Mark. And, of course, Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians, is over there. Bernie Sanders has defended his millionaire status. Did you catch that? Where he came out and said, hey, if you write a best-selling book, you could be a millionaire too.
Huh.
Yeah. That's always fascinated me. Like, I don't understand how somebody can go into a job to make $170,000 a year, and 30 years later they're worth like $140 million, $160 million, like Nancy Pelosi. How does that happen? Do you have any idea?
I might have a little bit of an idea.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you started capitalism, and then you started crony capitalism, and then you started corrupt government relationships and backdoor deals. And somewhere in the mix, you got a combination of the two. But I mean, I love the if you write a book, you can become a millionaire too. Like what? I mean, so you do like this market? This free market is good for you now?
What a douchebag.
That's how. Are you that stupid? Or?
Seriously, Bernie's such a douche. He should change his name to Chad.
I should just write a book. All my problems will be solved.
You should read a book, Steve.
If I've got to read it, it's not happening. I'll wait for the movie.
You should get a ghostwriter. You're just in this thing for the money.
I've got one. We're on chapter 9. It's going to be great. It's
what
all
chapter
the
is that?
insides and outs of Chad Prather.
He
Behind
started
the scenes,
writing the book.
Insides.
Insides and
My
outs.
insides?
Right.
Yeah, there's stories about Chad's insides. Steve is not on chapter 9. He actually started the book at chapter 9. So he's just calling it. I think this is going to be the 9th chapter.
9's as high as he can count, though.
But
so
you're
he
right,
can't
though.
go
I mean,
higher.
so I'm so sick of this whole socialism rhetoric and the stuff out there about everybody getting this and that and free and blah, blah, blah. Bernie is happy to spend our money, but he's going to make sure he hangs on to his best-selling book money. Here's a dude who honeymooned in Russia. I've been to Russia.
Most bizarre thing.
I have honeymooned in Russia. It is not exotic.
It's
It
not
is
romantic?
not romantic at all. It's
Are you
the
sure?
one of the most depressing places on the planet. But you're right. So here's a guy. You could be a millionaire too if you write a best-selling book. Now, you can't do that in Cuba, but you can do it in America because we don't have socialism, but we should. He says he might release his tax returns on April 15th. Trump said this morning, he's on his way to Texas today, and probably already here by now. I think that's a bucket list goal of mine is to ride on Air Force One just once.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Because I would like totally get naked and run up and down the aisles and just be like, party time, Mom. It's party time, Mom.
That is not what I was thinking that I would do when I got on Air Force One.
You will if you get on with me. Keep back.
But now we got to do it.
I would drop the biggest deuce in the commode and just leave that sucker with no toilet paper at all. Just let that sucker hang.
Can you really
right
plan
there.
that?
I trust me. Yeah, I'm that regular. I'm that regular. I'd eat a big old greasy bean burrito from the Taco Bell and take myself a little shot of Miralax and drink a bunch of tequila the night before. And I would put the biggest Trump in that toilet.
Oh my God. I mean, can we my first question is why?
Time, Mom. Just cause.
Just
Who
to be
can
like,
say
yeah, I
they
did
took
it.
a dump on
I
Air
did
Force
it.
One?
Yeah, I did it.
I would put the biggest Bernie Sanders in the bowl. You know what I mean? I would just dump them. Who am I? I got to go take a John Wayne. A Duke? Yeah, never mind. Okay.
That's great.
The Duke. I'm going to go and put a big country I'm going to hit the head and do a big country. Release the finless mud shark.
A mega deuce.
I have nowhere to go with this.
I know. I just let it go. Let it ride. Keep margaritas great. It's party time, Mom. But no, also Walmart. I love this story because now they're wanting to talk about raising the minimum wage. Of course, Kamala Harris came out and said that she will unequivocally raise the minimum wage nationwide to $15 per hour. Forget the fact that California, New York, Washington already their minimum wage is like $11.50, I think, versus the 730, 729 or whatever it may be in the country, because it's up to the state to determine it. Because $15 an hour in California is a big difference than, say, $15 an hour in Wyoming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But Walmart has come out and said, okay, if you're going to do that, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to build more robots to do all the work.
I love this.
Isn't that great? That's so America.
It really is.
My mom works at Walmart.
She does?
Yep.
Yeah.
October will be 20 years.
Come on with it.
I know.
Congrats.
Really?
There's a robot headed her way.
So your mom's a Stepford wife. She's a robot.
She has done health and beauty there, and then she's actually been a front door greeter.
Aww.
And actually, my mom gets called racist more than anybody I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
Why?
Yes, just people.
Shoe fits kind of thing?
She
asks
says hello
to see-
to the white people much nicer than she says hello to fellow POCs.
I don't know. She just it's
Let me see your receipt.
That's exactly it. She does. She asks everybody, but she does. But she
running
also
them down in the parking lot.
She was also told that she is at a salary cap. That she will not make any more money ever.
So can we unpack a
Demoralizing.
couple of things that you just said about your mother? First of all, your racist mother. First of all, let's discuss this concept that is health and beauty at Walmart. That's a section? Like they have...
Absolutely.
But there's... Most of the people I see in Walmart are neither healthy... nor is there much beauty. I saw a woman in Walmart recently, and I make sure my quota to visit Walmart, you can call me whatever you want to call me.
I don't go.
I don't go. Twice a year is all I'll go, and that's if I have to for some reason.
I'll go to Target.
I
will spend more and go to Target.
I won't go to Walmart. God bless you. I mean, everybody's like, oh, you got to support the mom and pop shops. Got to support the mom and pop shops. Oh, shut up. I got to support convenience because I'm lazy. I'm fat and lazy, and if it's there, I'm going to go. That's where I get my margarita mix. Party time, Mom. I want to tell everybody that I saw a lady.
Chad is busy taking a drink.
In Walmart, and she had a buggy. It was packed full of stuff. You know what else she had on her buggy, Candice? She had one of those big old plastic pools that you fill up, you know? She was like carrying it around
On the buggy?
deal on the buggy. Like it was like took up the entire aisle. And that's the kind of person you just look at and you can make eye contact with them and you just give them that look that says, you are so dumb. I mean, you're just so dumb. You're walking around shopping for groceries with a swimming pool.
That's pretty dumb.
On your cart. But no, they're going to add 4,000 robots at Walmart to replace human workers doing the mundane tasks. So they want smart assistants. They said they have huge potential to make busy stores run more smoothly. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what would make Walmart run more smoothly is if out of the 26 aisles to check out is if you open more than 2 at any given time. Like that right there.
Yeah. Do you like the self-checkout?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, it's the easiest place to buy condoms. You know,
which is in health and beauty, might I add.
Wait.
Which is
condoms are in health and beauty. See, and you thought it wasn't necessary.
She's helping guys get laid.
I am all for
Thank you, Mommy.
Condoms. Yeah. I'm all for condoms at Walmart because some things need to be wrapped in prophylactics and not procreate. I mean, I still blame Ronald Reagan. It's Ronald Reagan's fault. He emptied the asylums. Back in the 80s, crazy people got out, they met each other, they had sex, and they started birthing crazy people. And now you have third-wave feminists, bobbed hair, bossy wives, purple faces, vagina hats, socialists, Bernie Sanders, and Kamala Harris.
Wait, did you just include bossy wives in that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It's not biblical, but whatever. I mean, Phil Robertson. Also, all I got to say, Phil Robertson.
It's true. He did give my husband and I marital advice.
He did.
And
you didn't like some of it. I know.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I wasn't sure how to ever follow it because that's just, he's like, you need to have a gentle,
servant's
quiet, quiet spirit. And I was like, about that.
Yeah, Phil, me and that whole Bible thing ain't going to work out.
No, that's not I
tried this for a little while, but
no.
It's party time, Mom.
And then you're going to need to call him master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call him master.
That's not
Be like Sarah. Be like Sarah in the Bible, who referred to Abraham as master.
I just
bow down every once in a while.
We're not talking about a 50 Shades of Grey type of master either. I mean, this doesn't come with spankings or handcuffs.
I really can't do it.
What else is going on, Natalie? What else is going on in the news? What stands out to you that's happening? I know what I was going to say earlier about Bernie. So Trump, who's on his way to Texas, he said, well, if I wasn't being audited, I'd release my tax returns. But I'm being audited, so I'm not releasing the tax return. He said, I'd be happy to do it. You believe that?
No.
No.
No, not at all. But I mean, I kind of don't blame him. Like I don't care. Who cares about his tax return?
I don't need to see. I don't want to see. I don't need to see a senator's tax returns.
No, I don't care how much. If you're a millionaire, if you're a billionaire, good for you. What are your policies?
Yeah. Yeah. It just doesn't matter to me. I understand transparency amongst candidates, but first of all, there's no law that says they have to release them. You know,
right.
in fact, that has only been a thing now for about 20 years, maybe.
Yes.
And so it's just, it's just dumb.
Show me transparency within how you maybe utilize your campaign funds.
Yeah.
I don't need to see transparency.
Well,
with
that's
your
right.
private
I mean,
life.
if it's a campaign violation, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But how you made your money and how you spent your money and stuff like that. I mean, you look at my checking account and there's some pretty sketchy things that are there, and you're like, you ordered what from Adam and Eve? Bible. I thought it was a biblical store. I didn't know the Bible. Never mind. Vibrated, but anyway.
Did you chat here about Ilhan? I'm sorry. Ilhan.
Let's talk about these names on the left for a little while. Like Buttigieg. Like, can you imagine being a gay
Buttigieg?
Yeah, can you imagine being a gay guy whose name is Booty Judge?
But yeah, no.
Butt Judge?
The
Booty Judge.
jokes they write themselves.
They really do. And then Kamala, which should be Kamala, and Ilhan, which is Ilion, and then Talib, whatever it is, and Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. You know what? As much as I make fun of that woman, I still can never say her name. Like, I always just want to. I have to literally think of what her name is. You know why? Because she's a woman, and that's insignificant.
According to the internet, the name Chad is douchey.
Yeah.
So you're just a douche, automatic douche.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me on Twitter the other day. It says, it's no wonder that the universal name for douche is Chad. And I said, I like my coffee black, lady. And I said, thanks, sweetheart. I'll take my coffee black. Oh,
I was
Jesse
just
Kelly.
mentioning Omar talking about 9/11.
That was unbelievable.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because she said it was something done by some people.
Something done by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're called terrorists. This stuff is just ludicrous at this point. She also said that she's introducing a bill. Now, here's a woman who's on what committee is she on? It's like not immigration, but it's one of the.
Is it foreign relations?
Foreign relations. And here's a woman who hates Israel. She's consistently anti-Semitic.
Yes.
Because she's what she is. I mean, she's a Muslim. She's going to be anti-Semitic. The two are diametrically opposed. Isaac and Esau didn't get along. They both had daddy issues, all right? So daddy sent Esau and his girlfriend out into the wilderness, and they hadn't gotten over it yet. So we're talking 4,000 BC here. I mean, that's a freaking grudge.
That's a grudge. That is a grudge.
That is a grudge. So anyway, so she comes out and announces a thing, I guess it was yesterday, where she said that we're proposing a bill to finally end Donald Trump's Muslim ban and people's basic human rights to be able to come into this country, blah, 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 blah.
She did say, I will always be a supporter of human rights.
Yeah.
That's what she said, which I found
so
interesting.
Your admission into the United States is not a basic human right. You don't have that. That's not a basic human right.
That's really racist.
Yeah,
Chad.
well, whatever.
What a bigot.
We let Chance in, and he's obviously leprechaunish. So here he is. I mean, take a look at him. Everybody,
straight from Ireland.
Look at him.
I love Chance.
Chance the ginger rapper. And Candice, we still don't. She's a race to be named later. We don't know what she is, and she won't let us know. She won't even tell us. We have no clue what color she is.
So if ICE comes in the door, are you running?
Did you fill out an I-9? Oh, that reminds me. I got to fill out an I-9 for another company that I run, because I'm a boss like that, and I ain't releasing my damn tax returns either. It's party time, Mom. What up?
I am Hispanic, so
shit! Don't.
Yeah,
POC
POC's in the house. Ay, tequila.
Hispania is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Hispania.
Hispania?
Yes.
I love Hispaniola.
I love Hispania.
Ever since Cortez burnt the boats, I'm just telling you, Hispaniola has been that
very nice.
Aztec sacrifice culture. Woohoo! Woohoo! Have you seen the caravans lately? I mean, it's just loaded up with doctors, professors, psychologists, therapists, scientists, inventors, chemists, people of higher
Tattoo
thought
artists.
and learning.
Absolutely.
Just loaded up with brain trust, these people.
Yes.
Well,
I can't wait for their
have shoes,
contribution.
but they're going to make our society so much better. I mean, yeah, they're just so much better. It's party time, Mom. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. Ilhan Omar. So that is not, first of all, I was in Chicago. No, I was in Cleveland. That's a lovely town. I was in Cleveland. And I saw this woman in her garb, in her hijab, and her punjab, and her thing on her head, and her face, and
that is offensive.
And I had to do a double take because it was her and her kids, and I thought it was one big trash bag and then 3 little trash bags sitting there on the side of the road.
Chad, you're going to offend your Muslim audience.
Yeah, I know. So whatever. What else? I mean, you mean some people.
Some people who did something.
They did a thing.
They did a thing.
You know, 19 Saudi Arabians wrecked some planes and killed 3,000 Americans. But what else?
It's just a thing.
You know, what else? But we're going to end the Muslim ban. And there is no Muslim ban, people. Please stop. Please stop being dumb. There's 7 countries on the list, and they're on the list because those countries do not have the ability to properly vet people leaving the country. They can't, they don't know what's leaving the country. You know what's amazing is how many people of African descent are crossing the Mexican border into the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
It's a thing.
I had not heard that.
I know. I guess they walked up from Honduras.
I had heard Middle Easterners.
Well,
I have heard that.
That's been a thing for a while.
Well, right. But, trying to sneak in with these caravans. Because, Americans are racist. Brown skin is brown skin. They're just going to assume you're a Mexican and treat you like...
But you guys know, AOC said that's because of climate change. That's why they're migrating here.
They used to be darker.
Yeah.
Their skin color used to be darker. Look at you. I mean, you're a Gonzales.
I am.
And I mean, you're so white, it's ridiculous. Like
I know.
You are an Americanized version of Mexican.
I am. I'm a fake Hispanic.
Because you married a white dude named Smith.
Yeah.
Do you use Smith like your legal? I know stage name.
Yes, my legal.
TV name. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. My legal.
Yeah. You didn't. I'm thinking you didn't hyphenate. Like
I
Gonzales.
I didn't hyphenate Gonzales Smith.
Yeah, Gonzales Smith would be interesting.
But I had a practice husband that didn't work out.
Didn't we all?
And I wanted to
got
keep
that
the
one.
same.
Ooh, Candace, you got to get one of those.
No,
Check
Candace,
mark.
don't get one of those. And I wanted to keep the same last name as my son.
Okay.
Who I had, so I had previously
God you
kept.
had him.
I know. So I had previously kept that last name, and then I hyphenated it with
That's
Smith.
funny. That's
so
a funny
they're
way of
two
putting it.
white hyphenated names, so it's fine.
This kid, the kid I had, well, how'd you get him otherwise? Like Candace, she came here in a box.
Can we get back to Ilhan Omar, though? Because
Let's
really
go back.
quickly, you're welcome, Candace. There's a fellow POC helping your girl
Helping each
out.
other out.
You said, are people that dumb? Do you think she's that dumb, or do you think she's got something bigger in mind?
100%. There's an agenda. I mean, of course, she's not dumb. She's not ignorant.
Right.
She's not illiterate. She's not, without knowledge. So,
of course, she was the one who said in a hearing the Iran-Contra deal. Reading off a piece of paper.
it's like Party Foul Steve
Iran-Contra
trying to
deal.
describe the Treaty of Versailles.
How do you say
Shut
it,
up.
Steve? How do you say it?
Versailles?
Yeah.
Well, it happened it happened in Italy, which is in France, but that's another
No,
thing.
they touch.
They touch.
Remember,
Pole to pole.
France is right above that, above the French Alps.
They just touch the tips. We had this discussion the other day about people who don't know history or they don't know facts or the details around those events and those things like that. It bugs me like that people don't understand history and geography. I get it, but it bugs me because I think they're important. I think if you don't know history, it's doomed to repeat itself. And so you take someone like Ilhan Omar who comes in and she really has no interest in constitutional literacy. She has no interest in American history. She has no interest in the way we legislate and do things. Yeah. She has no interest in supporting the people that we consider allies. So yeah, I would have to say there's definitely an agenda that's going on here, and it's problematic. I mean, this is a person in Congress. This is a person that is shrouded in the Quran, who takes an oath. Sharia law, who she obviously which is something she obviously supports at least to some degree, and I would say probably more than we're even giving her credit for. Sharia law violates the United States Constitution. They are incompatible. They can't be together.
Certainly, it doesn't support basic human rights like she says she supports.
Yeah. So what like Buttigieg, who came out talking about Mike Pence, and how there's a world of Mike Pences out there who are homophobic and things like that. Granted, back in 2015, Mike Pence said about Pete Buttigieg that he was a great American, he's a great patriot, and he holds him in the highest esteem and honor. So it doesn't sound like a lot of homophobia going on right there on the part of Mike Pence.
Well, maybe that was before he knew.
Maybe. Yeah, before he came out to the family at Thanksgiving. I'm Buttigieg and I'm here. And I'm proud.
What did you think I was going to turn out like with the name Buttigieg?
This is how God made me. But I want someone like Ilhan Omar to have a conversation with Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg ought to discuss his homosexuality with a Sharia law believing woman like Ilhan Omar. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't call out the fact that that they're stoning people in other parts of the world for being homosexual or throwing them off a building. He wants to pick on the Christians and the those faith-based people and say, well, they're the homophobes. I don't know of any Christians throwing anybody off of any buildings.
No, I have not heard that.
I've never gone to church with the fear of falling off of one.
No.
Steve, maybe. Steve goes with the fear of getting struck by lightning.
I'm just trying to still figure out who let Sherry make all these laws.
Sherry's a blue.
Sherry laws.
The Sherry laws. My mother texted me this morning and said, I loved that episode with Phil Robertson. I could tell it really made an impact on Steve.
Come on now.
Party time, Mom.
So your mom doesn't know Steve very well?
She knows him well enough. She worries about Steve.
She tried to take me home with her.
She's like,
Really?
he's been in her house a couple times. She's like, what does it mean when you say party foul? Like, what does that mean?
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to meet. I need to meet your mom.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have her on the show.
I have to meet her when she comes.
She's going to be on the show.
I feel like I already know her.
Literally duct tape her, tie her to that chair to make her do it.
I mean, I don't know that I would suggest that.
Oh. Man identifies as a dog. Did you see this? British guy.
I wish I hadn't.
He wears a fur dog suit. He barks, he licks, he bites his friends. And let me tell you something. I got a shock collar and I will whip his ass. He probably liked that, though. Kaz James wears a fur dog suit. He eats from a dog bowl. He barks at, licks, and even bites his friends.
This is...
Sarah.
These closet fetishes got to go away.
You ever feel like biting me?
I mean...
You ever feel like just biting somebody? I mean, I
like
never
in a normal social interaction? Or...
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, we could kick this relationship up. Call Steven. Get him in here. He's got to watch. We could kick this relationship up to a weird place.
I mean, I have not. No, and I don't bark at my friends either. Yeah, no. I don't find that to be the best way to communicate with people.
So he says, I didn't ever feel like a human. I always felt like a dog that was really out of place. Candace, this is gold that you pull out here. This is
Here we are.
This is how Candace. I love you, Candice.
I don't mind a little drooling every now and then. A little drooling's okay.
You don't mind barking either.
I'll bark a little.
Now James belongs to an online, quote, pup play community.
Shut up.
Which has helped him with his transition from part-time pooch to confident canine.
Shut up. This is not, there's no way this is real.
Where does this guy work?
This is real.
We can insert a picture right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Here he is.
Do you think he's doing it as like a joke?
Like, this stupidity literally makes my ears ring. I mean, it just, like, my blood, like, I can feel my blood pressure. And I'm like, I'm one of those to each their own kind of people. But what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, do you crap on the floor at the PetSmart? I mean, do you sniff dogs' butts? How far does this go? Do you hump people's legs? Or are you in heat? I mean,
can you lick your own?
Can
I say that?
Hey, can he lick his own balls?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Can Kaz James lick his own balls?
And if he can, I'm impressed.
I mean, I think that's not physically possible.
I've never seen a dog that can't lick their own balls. It was true.
Natalie's sitting over here in
I was just going to
silence.
say Steve is going to have his floating ribs removed and he's going to start identifying as a dog if he learns that he can lick his own balls.
You can take a rib out and be able to do that?
That's the rumor.
That's the
Wow.
rumor.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
the
that you can
rumor.
remove
I've
those
heard it
floating
too.
ribs and then you get more bendy.
But
This
if
is
there's anyone
real
to test
news,
that
people.
rumor, it's Steve.
It's party time, Mom. But no, I'm just saying that's logic. Men have penises. Women have vaginas. Dogs have their ways of doing things.
Or also they're dogs and not people.
Yeah. They're dogs.
Does he just eat dog food?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Because how could a human just sustain on dog food? We
If
have
he
questions.
goes to Thailand, will they eat him? These are the things I want to know.
We have questions, Candace.
Does he feel nervous when he goes to the Chinese buffet? Do they take him out to like the dog park and just let him run around and just socialize with other dogs? What happens when a dog bites him back? Like Willie back here, you should have the wide shot. Now, Willie is a dog. He is protection trained. He will light your butt up if I tell him to. Everybody's like, oh, well, Willie just lays in the back of the truck and he's lazy. He's not even alive. He's not even awake. And I'm like, promise you, there's things I can say. He will be awake real fast and he will tear your arm off. That's 90 pounds of terror right there if I tell him to be. Otherwise, he's just a baby. So I'd like to see Kaz James do a round with Willie and let's just see how much dog he is.
Or does Kaz hump other dogs?
Yeah,
The
I
female
do.
dogs in the
Yeah, because I
park.
think isn't that like a crime?
I'm
That's just a
wondering if
dog.
the
can't
That,
say that.
listen, that is a man
can't-
identifying as a dog being a dog, Sarah.
How bigoted of me.
That's just,
discriminatory.
forget bestiality.
Can I just say we need to have someone go like super spy into this online pup play community?
Yeah, that's really dark web stuff right there.
Yeah, have someone just go in
What I
pretending to
want
be
to
one
know
of them.
is how do dogs log into the internet? Like, what's their
They
password?
don't even have opposable thumbs.
Like WOOF, money
know.
sign,
How do you-
ampersand, star. I mean, what's the?
How do you
It's
get
case sensitive.
How do you get to the dark web?
Steve's been wondering for 48 years. I know there's
He's
something
Googling
out
Steve,
there they're not
there's
telling me.
actually a Glenn Beck program that explains that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah, go look it up.
It should be a book. Stephen read it. Oh
You
my
can become a
gosh.
millionaire.
What else is going on there? I love news stories like that. One man's trash. Oh, that's it. When's the last time you were in San Francisco, Sarah? Have you been to San Francisco?
I have. I've been one time, and it was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back because I'll tell you, it was the most beautiful place I had ever been. I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. I went to Sonoma, so you can hit up San Francisco, and then you can drive to
Napa,
Sonoma,
Sonoma,
and
all
go
up
to
in
the
there, yeah.
wineries. And then I was told that apparently there's like poop in the streets now, and it's not the same San Francisco.
Not just some little bit of Kaz James dog poop. Full blown people fecal.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's actually fecal maps now
What?
that you can get to tell you the parts of town to avoid because
Stop.
there's so much human feces. It almost reminds me of going to the water park.
Yeah, that's.
I thought that was a
I'm
Party
gonna
time,
pass on going to
to
San
go
Francisco
find a place to poop.
anytime soon.
But I mean, the place is, and we were there 2 years ago. The place is littered with just trash. I mean, it is a beautiful
I heard.
city aesthetically.
It used to be.
The architecture and the whole thing. But yeah, it's covered up. And so the underground economy in San Francisco is growing. Homeless people are waiting outside millionaires' houses and rummaging through their garbage for items to sell.
Wow.
So somebody said it just amazes me what people throw away. He found a gently used pair of designer jeans. The line between poverty and health, one of the most impoverished areas in California, is the streets surrounding Disneyland.
That's insane.
I know. It's
That's
just,
been going on forever. I mean, people drive through the neighborhood now, even in my neighborhood, and looking for something that's been put out. How's that any
That's-
different?
Okay.
That's what
yeah.
you do.
No, we got the Mexicans that troll the neighborhood in
She
the
said it.
alleys. I can
said
say
it, not
that.
me.
My people, we got my people who troll the alleys. Candace, you know what's up. And so if we're throwing something out, we'll be like, I'll just leave it out by the curb. It'll be gone in a couple hours. And it is.
Candice, queen of the Ecuadorians. Now that her race has been revealed. Ortiz. I don't know what gave it away. Candice Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
know.
all there the entire
It's on the
time.
fence.
But so like I see these images of people in Venezuela, which is a perfect example of what socialism looks like when it's left unchecked and runs rampant. And these people are eating out of the back of garbage trucks, and they're finding this stuff. And like, what would possess you to ever like stop on the side of the road and say that looks like a perfectly good recliner? I think I'll take that home and put it in the living room. I mean, I understand desperation like Venezuela, but I mean, you know, who curb shops? My mother. Party time, Mom. I mean, who? Like, my mother loves Goodwill and the Salvation Army. Like, she goes in there and
I
shops.
can understand that.
But my mother has an addiction to it. Like, my mother will take stuff and give it to Goodwill just so she can go back next week and buy it. It's like, oh, I love that. This looks so familiar.
Is she a hoarder?
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, Mom. Mom is the truth, okay? You got a lot of stuff. You know it. Stage 2, stage 3, something on that level. I mean, like, she's not keeping, like, her dirty diapers that she wears.
Chad.
Party time, Mom.
You are so
You're gonna have to
Steve
grounded.
just rolled his
apologize.
eyes at me.
You're gonna have to
You know
apologize
You are
things
for
so
are bad.
grounded, Chad.
You
You're
are
so
gonna
great. You're gonna
apologize for
spank
that.
him.
I love you, Mom.
Did your mama spank your butt growing up?
Like a beast.
Because I had Diane imprinted in my butt for a week from her Western belt after she spanked
She buy
me.
that at Walmart at work?
Maybe. No, back then she was a bartender.
All right.
Wow,
Now we
that's
know the
cool.
Natalie origins. Natalie, you have quite a story. I
sounds
say that.
like it.
I say
I'm
that
thinking about writing a book and becoming a millionaire.
just
There you
like
go.
Bernie. Bernie, you
As
can
true
buy a
s-
place in Cuba, have a
Bernie
sugar
and me.
plantation.
In true socialist form.
You wanna be a
Write a book,
Bernie and
become a
me.
millionaire.
We could co-author a book.
Oh,
Be great.
well, you're already on chapter 9, so
I'll start over.
That's a bankruptcy filing. Is what that is.
Listen, it starts on chapter 9. The name of the book is chapter 9.
Yeah. The front cover says chapter 8. The back cover says chapter 10.
See how that works?
Yeah, Steve, that's not a book. You filed chapter 9. Okay, that's something that you did with the IRS. What would you say? Don't look at your pages here. What would you say are America's top used websites? BlazeTV.com/chat.
Google.
WatchChad.com.
YouTube.
What would you think is the very top one?
Google.
Okay, Google,
That's what I would guess.
YouTube.
I would guess YouTube.
People are watching us right now, probably on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah, Facebook. Okay.
Then, of course,
Twitter.
my wife
No.
at some time today will be spending money on
Amazon.
Amazon. And then, of course, Yahoo.
Yahoo still?
Yahoo's still, and I think
Interesting.
people, it's a homepage for a lot of people. But those are the Google, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon, and YouTube. Guess what? Those are the only 5 websites used by Americans more than Pornhub.com.
Wow.
Stop.
We're disgusting people.
Stop. That means there are a lot of Americans not getting laid.
That
That's
means
what I-
you
that's what I
probably
get
need to
from
have a
that.
conversation with your husband.
No,
taken
my
down all
husband
my
is
videos
doing
except
just
for
fine.
7.
Thank you.
Oh!
He doesn't go to Pornhub. Thank you.
I wonder if when he does, he goes to the Hispanic
I'm
category.
texting Joseph right now.
Yeah, get your husbands on the phone, Allison.
go to
and DC,
Pornhub?
get your trial husband on the phone. Chance the Rapper. We know.
We know, Chance.
We know.
Yeah.
Have you seen Party Foul Steve on Pornhub?
No.
There's only 7 videos left up. I'm stripping those and take them down slowly.
I just sent a text
Trying to build my
Joseph.
new profile.
Hey, you know what? I heard
Like,
that
who gives a thumbs up on Pornhub or tweets it like, hey, check out this video I just saw on, on blacked.com. I mean, who does that?
I bet there's good money in that.
In porn?
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Adam
I mean, even just
Kukulich.
Pornhub.
If you Google Ryan Driller,
Whoa.
that's my buddy Adam
Ryan.
Kukulich.
Okay.
He's out in L.A. He's in Hollywood. He's one of the top male porn actors.
Mhm.
Of course, he says that's no big deal because nobody watches porn for the guys. But he was living in Key West, Florida, and answered a Craigslist ad. Wanted to be in the porn industry.
No way.
This is America, Bernie. Dreams come true. Dreams come true, man. Someday
And that's how they
my
became
dream
millionaires.
will come.
Write a book or a porn star.
There you
Porn
go.
star sounds easier than writing a book.
Yeah.
God,
So
I love America.
Pornhub averages 90 million users per day. and monitors the rise and fall of its traffic with major cultural events. So what that's saying is, if some people do something, then probably the stress is going to make people visit Pornhub more readily.
More?
Yeah. Stress reliever, I guess.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Would you know, Chad?
I have no idea. I don't even know how to find Pornhub.com on the internet. I can't find it. Steve's got it saved to his favorites. Here's one that's close to home. There's a nonprofit
icon app. It's got its own app.
He has the app.
Y'all ever thought about telling Steve about like radio etiquette, like you don't talk at the same time the host is talking? I think it used to be Chad was the douchey name. But there's always a Steve, and you married one.
I did. I did. He doesn't talk. Well, no, he does talk a lot.
You got to get him going.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm sure you get him going, but I'm saying
he's an introvert. But when he starts talking about something, Chance knows.
Yeah.
Chance just rolled his eyes. Chance knows. He does not shut up.
We all went to dinner one night, and he opened up pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Steven.
He's great.
He doesn't like me, but whatever. Whatever, Steven.
He does.
We just broke up. So close to home, and we're going to probably end on this one, but unless y'all have something else you want to talk about, there's a nonprofit that's urging North Texas School District, which is over in Weatherford, Texas, Parker County, just west of where we live in Fort Worth, to stop praying at meetings. It's the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Finally, someone's saying it.
Calling on Weatherford ISD to stop praying before board meetings. They operate out of Wisconsin, but target school across the country for violating the laws of church and state. A concerned school district member is said to have contacted the group about the prayer. If you're in Wisconsin and you want to have freedom from religion, then stay in Wisconsin and just be free from religion. We'll Texas our way. How about that? We're not bothering you. We're not bothering you. Have you ever noticed that, like, if a conservative is not a Christian, they're just like, okay, I'm not a Christian. But if a liberal is not a Christian, then they have to eradicate God from every facet of society.
It's so true. It's so true. And this group, they target all over the country with things that have nothing to do with them, especially around Christmas time. Yeah. They don't like those nativity scenes.
They don't like the nativity scenes.
Well, like what do they do for a living that they have the time to concentrate on all of these things?
Well, now there you go,
on?
Sarah.
I mean, really?
Don't even start asking that question.
Well, yeah,
now
true.
we're getting,
That's true.
The problem with the nativity scenes is when PETA gets involved and they know that the donkey and the sheep have to be close to a water source and there has to be a multicultural, like there needs to be a Mexican Jesus, there has to be a black Mary, the wise men are tricolored. It's so multicultural. Like I love it when I see. How do we even get into this? Oh, we're talking about nativity scenes. I won't go there. Just if you want to pray. If you want to talk about Jesus, talk about Jesus. You want to read your Bible. Who cares?
But if you're separating church and state.
Yeah, but that's a misnomer. I mean, that's
you have
that
a
whole
school, which is if it's state.
Now,
if that local, and you have the law where separation of church and state.
That's not a law.
Keep it there.
That's not a law.
We let it happen.
No, that's a phrase that people misinterpret.
Well, explain it to us.
Well, the separation of church and state, people want to say, well, it is illegal to involve anything religious or faith-based in something that is state-owned, governed, or operated. That's just simply not true. That is up to the people in their choice. Separation of church and state is it was Thomas Jefferson's idea, who's basically said the state is not allowed to set up a state religion. So therefore, if you want to be, the reason America was founded in the way it was is because the Protestants who were under Catholic persecution in Europe said, we want religious freedom. So they came over here and you had the Puritans, you had the Amish, you had the Mennonites, you had all these different folks. You had these folks who came over here, they established themselves, the Wesleyans, on down the line, and we can list these things. And they had religious freedom. Religion and their Christian faith, regardless of what brand it was or denomination, had freedom to operate within the halls of government, both state, city, federal, local, and national. People did that. There's still prayers that are offered when Congress and the Senate convenes. There are still invocations and convocations. There used to be a lot of schools would still have those baccalaureate services before they would have a graduation service where it was basically a religious service. It was blessing these graduates and praying for them. So separation of church and state basically says, okay, the state does not have the right to come in and say, everybody's got to be a Lutheran or else you're out. That's the separation of church and state. It's more in favor of the church than it is the state. It's basically putting a limitation on the state. It can't come in and say, okay, we're going to force you to have this religion. But to say that the church can't operate within the state, that is an absolute diametrically opposed idea from what the separation of church and state was all about. People have the freedom of religion. We have certain rights given by our Creator. It's mentioned in the Constitution and in the Declaration of Independence. Our Creator gave us, as certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Our Creator gave us those. Our Creator is God. Our country is founded, and I don't care what anybody wants to say. They can talk about deism and George Washington and the Thomas Jefferson Bible and all this stuff. Our country was founded on the basis of Christian principles, and I'm drinking tequila.
Amen.
Party time, Mom.
This is America.
I could tell Steve was touched
Amen.
by Phil Robertson's.
Were you touched?
Were you touched?
Were you touched?
Was that what?
Phil Robertson touch you?
Oh, did he? No, he never touched me. I stayed this far away from him.
Yeah.
That's gross.
There's a lot of things living in that beard, Phil Robertson. Like Phil, when you see Phil, and Seth knows the man a lot better than us. Does Phil impress you as a guy that bathes a lot, or does he just jump in the river and come out and just toss a bar of soap into
He
Phil?
does like nature.
Yeah,
I bet at any given time he's got a dead squirrel in his pocket.
It's an Uncle-sized tea bucket. So we were at Jason Missy Robertson's event over in West Monroe, and there for their Mia Moo Foundation and their new little plantation house that they built. Or they didn't build; it was built in like 1885. They restored it. Beautiful little piece of property there on the river. So we're out there, and Si's there, and he's got his teacup. He's got his that green Walmart cup deal, and he's got his pitcher of tea right there. And I'm like, this dude. I mean, like with the Robertsons, what you see is what you get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, those dudes are just common as shoe leather. Country as a mule's ass. I mean, they just
absolutely.
are.
I watched their show. Like I watched Duck Dynasty back in the day, and we took trips to Florida, and I would visit. We drove through Monroe so that I could go to the store.
Yeah.
And so I watched it. And then I met him, and I was like, wow, that really is him.
Oh yeah. My mother was like, "You didn't drink with Phil there, did you?" And I was like, "Yeah, Jesus did it. I'm doing it too."
But did you see what was under his chair the whole time?
Was it the head?
No.
The Bible.
It was a Bible. Maybe next to the head.
Was he sitting on the word? Some people stand on the word. He was sitting on the word.
He had it within arm's reach.
He always does.
Yes.
Yeah. But I memorized it. So
Did you?
in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. He was in the beginning. All things were made through him. Without him, nothing was made that was made. In him was life. The life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness. Darkness did not comprehend it. There was a man sent from God named John. He was not the light, but he was sent to bear witness of the light.
Jeez.
Can you go through Revelation?
No robots.
All the way through
The Blaze has hired a robot.
So anyway, that's it for the news. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yay, thank you.
This is the news and why it matters.
Can I promote something else
I
for
wish you
myself?
would.
I would love to self-promote. I have a new YouTube channel.
You do. That's right.
I
I'm
do.
fascinated by this.
I do. It's called Sara Gonzales Unfiltered.
Yeah.
And
SarahHub.com.
Yeah, that's not what it is. XXX Sarah.
Your videos are funny. I enjoy your
Thanks.
videos. They're
Thank you.
creative and they're quirky. I love the Beto O'Rourke one.
Thank you.
It was shared on my page with the flailing arms.
Yes.
And
The wacky inflatable guy. Yeah, it's I host a news show every day, and I can't always get all my words in because you guys
People
are
like
always
us.
the patriarchy is taking over the show, and so I needed a place where I could get my own.
I'm just trying to figure out why you don't have any other women as guests on there. You're just like, no, I'm keeping this nailed down right here. I got mine.
pretty much.
Sara Gonzales Unfiltered.
I just subscribed, so your promotion at least got one new follower.
Woohoo! All right, I have one follower total now.
I've been following you for days, so.
Oh, two.
Okay.
There's a page out there called a YouTube page called Nothing's Impossible. And they've been stealing all of
saw
my
it.
videos. They've
I
been
saw
stealing
it.
John Miller's.
I looked you up because I wanted to subscribe to you, and I was like, "Oh, here's Chad." And then I was like, "Wait, why does it say nothing's impossible?"
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut me down for a few days, but I got it back up.
So they they obviously, and I'll comment on the thing. I'm like, stop stealing content and posting it as your own. Stop. It's just like, I appreciate you trying to get the word out there and sharing our stuff and things like
There's
that.
a different way to do that.
But there's a different way to do that.
That's messed up.
You know, it really is messed up.
Go downvote. Nothing's impossible,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. But anyway, and they obviously just post the videos and don't watch them because I'm always telling them, take it down. Take it down because our legal is already coming for you. So it's just, I mean, there's not any real ramifications other than all of a sudden you're going to lose your entire page. And I'd hate to see that you've lost everything you've worked to build on other people's stuff.
I wouldn't hate to see that.
Me either. I'm looking right at you. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Coming for you, nothing. Always a pleasure. Now let's go do the news and why it matters.
Let's do it.
I'm going to dress up for that show.
Can we have tequila for that too?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who's going to be on the show today?
It should be Glenn, Stu, and you, I believe.
Glenn, Stu, and me, which means I'm not saying a word.
I don't think that's what that means.
These guys are talking. They're talkers.
Okay, but
I overtalked them.
Overtime, though, is when it gets crazy.
I does.
Because Glenn will leave, and then that's when the party happens.
Get out of here, Beck. You think this is your program or something? You think this is your building? I'm coming for you, Beck. Coming for your job, Beck. I'm going to grow me a little goatee. Paint it white.
Can I give you a new sign off?
Mark Levin.
Oh, no, here we go.
What's a new sign off?
Just stay horned, America.
Oh, I like it.
Stay warned?
Horned.
Horned.
Oh, stay horned. Stay horned. Pornhub.com. Stay horned, America. All right. I love you guys. I could sit here with you all day long, but you know what? I've already bored you enough. Just remember, if you're in San Francisco, step over the crap in the street and quit picking through people's trash because that's just freaky weird. And what was the other thing? Oh, if you think you're a dog, send us a video of you licking your balls so we can see. All right? Because I'm fascinated by this Kaz. He thinks he's a dog, but his name sounds like cat. Cat's James. Okay. Well, anyway, I wonder if he chases cats. I wonder if cats just piss him off. You know what I mean?
They should if he's a dog.
Yeah. We should have a dog fight. Put him in with a pit bull and be like, and just cover him in some chicken blood and see how this goes, Kaz.
I think that's been banned. I don't think you can do dog fights.
Licking your balls has been banned too.
Not in my neighborhood. Maybe Sarah's.
All right, folks. It's party time, Mom. We're going to go back to drinking margaritas. Go to watchchad.com. Get your Keep Margaritas Great hat. Those should be up the next day or two. We'll be there. Limited supplies only. Yeah. We love y'all. God bless you. Go to blazetv.com/news and subscribe. You have a promo code for that? Is it
News.
promo code news?
Yeah, promo code news.
Okay, good. Love you guys. God bless you. For Hot News Natalie, for Party Foul Steve, Sara Gonzales, my lovely assistant Allison, Seth, the quiet, loud guy, Chance, the ginger rapper, and Candice, queen of the Ecuadorians. I love you guys. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.